the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates! The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, the no bullshit approach to all financial markets, including political betting, Bitcoin, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. Today on Market Mania, the Fear and Greed Index, NASDAQ wants diversity, AirBNB IPO, Bitcoin, and Nikola wrecked. Tony, start us off the show with that video. Nikola's running today.
Top story of the day. Tony, what is it? Oh, more trouble at Nikola. Uh-oh. Upsie. My $700 million deal's in jeopardy because my whole company is a scam.
My pick today, surprisingly enough, is short Nikola. So last week, we were shorted at 31. I'm still shorted, massively shorted. I'm ready for it to go into the teens. It's 21 now. They're getting carried up by their industry, and any kind of rumors kind of make these stocks fly. But I don't think there's any substance behind this one. So I think Nikola's just your one that you want to be short.
Down 18% today. Jesus. Nice pick, my guy.
It's just you don't get a scam that's this good very often.
Matt Glantz, I know we've been singing the song here for a long time. You gotta love this.
I mean, this is great. This has been, we were yesterday morning, 8 a.m. The stock was trading over 39 for a few minutes. It's now 17, so it's down, 60% from its peak yesterday morning. It's beautiful. The fund's crushing on this one. We've been shorted the whole way down. We're still short, but going to start taking it off now around 16, 17, start taking piece by piece, even though I think it's probably going under 10 at some point. But it's more risk now down here. But with the lockup came off this week, Trevor's going to be dumping shares all week, I believe. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on the stock.
Brett Ritchie, when you were researching the filings and saw that the only $36K of revenue was installing Trevor's solar panels, were you bullish or bearish?
I think this is going to zero, right? Like, I don't see what's the like long-term story here that's not just a total zero. I don't know. I don't see that path. So you're basically playing the greater fool's theory.
They have no proprietary technology we know of. They have no genius. They have no Elon Musk behind it. So like, what are we selling here? It's still what's the market cap nowadays? Like 5 billion still?
6.5 according to Robinhood, but I think that's before the 16% drop today. So yeah, somewhere in the five-ish, 5.5. That's three Fiskars. You want three or four Fiskars, or you want one Nikola?
I'll take one Fisker in a heartbeat.
All right, that is a developing story. We do have in Ocarina to play whenever something big is delisted from the market. Haven't gotten a shot to play it yet. We're hoping for Nikola. We are just fingers crossed, boys. Okay, Bitcoin. I think that everybody has seen or heard or been watching. If can we get like the 7-day on that, Tony? Is there like, can we just click the 7 there? Because take a look at this. This is bananas. Tried to break through those all-time highs. It's somewhere around 20K. This chart isn't exactly like accurate to every single exchange. Bitstamp is what a lot of people think, 19.6 or 19.766, something like that is the tip top. Tried to make a charge back there a couple days ago. Immediately smacked down back to 18. Just this morning, wake up, it's at 19.7. Today's the day. And then boom, $1,700 downswing. Welcome to crypto, Brett Ritchie. Do we make new all-time highs soon? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we will. We're seeing a lot of, I guess, Wall Street or more traditional finance is becoming more open to Bitcoin, and it's still so small total market cap compared to that whole playground that like any of those guys coming in, like Paul Tudor Jones, that moved the market quite a bit. MicroStrategy probably moved the market some. Square moves the market. So as these funds come in, it's going to move the market. It's going to go up. And then again, Bitcoin it's a little out of reach for the more average guy. It might seem at that price, but you can buy smaller shares. I think this still has a lot of room to run.
I mean, Matt Glantz, are you on board yet, or just never?
I mean, I have a very small percentage of my assets in Bitcoin. Not nearly enough, but it looks like it's got right to all-time highs a couple times, failed. It makes sense. People would want to sell out there, but it's going to consolidate around here, go up and down, maybe a couple thousand for a while, and then once it breaks through, it's probably going to be a moonshot. It's probably going to go right to like 27, 28,000. So it'll be exciting. You guys will be, Twitter will be just like lit up like a Christmas tree when that happens.
Come on in for the big win, Matt.
People love touting their Bitcoin win more than any other industry. They love bragging on Twitter.
Long and strong. Airbnb, something real. Now this one has got this has been touted for a long time. Pandemic kind of fucked up the chances of this IPO for earlier this year. And what do you think, Brett? $35 billion valuation?
I mean, I think that's cheap. I think there's still a fair amount of pandemic kind of beat down within that platform, but they have a great network effect. To me, it's a great product. I love Airbnb. I stay in Airbnbs over hotels almost always. I just prefer it. And so I may be a little biased here, but I think it's a great product. You get to go to a city. You're more like in the midst of it instead of like in this sterile hotel. So I like Airbnb. And again, with the vaccine rolling out, I think that travel is just going to bounce all the way back. And I think we're going to see some euphoric, whether it's this summer or whenever it is, there's going to be just a herd of people letting loose. And I think Airbnb is going to be in the middle of that. So I think this is great to get in as soon as it's listed.
What do you think, Matt? It's got to be good for Tinder too.
It's gonna be exciting when it IPOs. It's definitely one of those stocks, one of those technology stocks where they have a monopoly. There's no one really competing with them. I mean, like you got Vacation Rentals by Owner, a couple other ones, but no one really competes with Airbnb. So they just have a huge market advantage, and it'll come out. I'm sure they'll be priced in a ridiculous valuation. But you've seen it over and over again. The ridiculous valuation stocks keep going up. So we'll see how this one goes.
This isn't that ridiculous to me. It was like I think 25 to 35 billion is the range of their share pricing.
Yeah, but that's not where it's going to trade in the first day.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Not my most anticipated IPO. I want that Roblox IPO. I don't know if anybody out there has kids. This Roblox IPO is going to be. I think that's going to be a bigger company than Airbnb by give it 6 months.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. The subject of that tomorrow on Roblox.
All right, we will get you prepared, get you hyped up. Okay, NASDAQ wants diversity. This is kind of crazy to me. This is a little strange. They are threatening a delisting, I believe, if you don't have a diverse board. Brett Ritchie, what are you doing? What do you think about that?
The diversity is I guess it's not about mental diversity at all, right? You can all think alike all you want. That's fine. Toe the corporate line is what they want. So I will say this. They say with delistings, that's going to let you play that ocarina that you've always wanted to. So a company full of white males gets delisted. Ocarina them all the way out.
What's really going on here? NASDAQ just came out and they said for every company that's listed on the NASDAQ, either get a woman and a minority on the board or we're delisting you. It's just that simple. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. It's there you go, Mike.
I got a question. Yeah. Now, I don't know if we're going to be canceled for this too, but does a Jewish person count or not?
Good question. Like, it'll be interesting how they define and transgender. Who knows? It'll be interesting how they define woman and define minority, right? We don't know.
What about Asian? Because the Asian doesn't count for a lot of diversity quotas at colleges.
They just don't want rich, old white guys running all these companies without any kind of diversity. Is basically what they're saying. But
I'm a Martin Luther King Jr. fan. Content of character, not color of skin. Why is that not a good judge these days? When did that go out of style?
Anti-racism is the biggest racism going on in 2020. Just so we're all clear, and that's this is a form. So
there's going to be oil companies and they're going to just be digging and they're like, all right, I don't know who's on board with just fucking over the environment. It's just really crushing these people, digging up who can we get? I mean, there's just going to be a lot of shit. That's a position that's opening up now. I will be your diversity. Well, not me, but
those pay a lot of money. Like chief diversity officer is a high paying job.
All right. So Zero Hedge is going to have a love with this one. Now, Tony, the producer.
What's up, boys? Cutting in. Hey, I just got to say about diversity quotas, I won't be happy until I see Jews back in the NBA. I don't see any Jewish representation in the NBA, and that is entirely because of anti-Semitism. I'm convinced of it. So let's get the diversity going, people. It's current year. All right,
Tony, Amari Stoudemire's in the NBA. He's Jewish, by the way.
He hasn't been in the league in like 3 years.
Very good.
That's true.
Racism solved. Problem solved. All right, moving on. Hey, look, Citibank saying 100% probability of loss in the most euphoric market since the dot-com bubble. And they have this fun little fear-greed index chart that they've thrown around. Right now it's at 91, extreme greed. And this chart right here, you see the last time we had a chart this high was... They're saying right before the 2000 dot-com bubble. This doesn't go back that far. Here it is. That's the one. So the last time we were this high was right before the 2000 dot-com bubble. And so I think exciting things much like that are headed our way. What do you think, Brett? Fear, greed? Are you greedy or are you fearful right now?
I mean, I think it's both. I will say this about charts in general. I look at them more as entertainment, and it's like a good way to see what happened. But as predictive of the future, I think that is generally a fool's errand. So who knows? I think that you see the euphoria, the greed, and then the fear because we're splitting off into these two paths where you have all these people struggling, worried about the future, and then you have these other people getting just wildly rich when it makes almost no sense, it seems, to the average guy. So I think that, I wouldn't be surprised to see some big correction. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing just keep going, and we just have two classes going forward.
Absolutely. We are diverging in so many ways. I couldn't even list them all here, but I just wanted to point this out to you guys. So let's get to that pick of the day and let's wrap this sucker up. Have a good show.
You heard what the gentleman says. Tony, the producer, he is in charge of this show. So that means that the do your own research, not investment advice hat goes on. Safety glasses of fixed. It's the Market Mania pick of the day.
Everybody stack, I'm stacking to the top.
Matt Glantz, what is your pick of the day?
Alphabet. Most of you guys know it as Google. It's trading at 1806 right now, up $45 already today. I love this thing going in this morning. This one is just, one for the ages. It's the best valuation stock of the big five NASDAQ. So I like this one going forward.
All right, Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day?
JetBlue. I'm buying it's 1560 right now. I'm buying that this Airbnb IPO is going to just put a little more momentum into these travel stocks along with the vaccine. So I like JetBlue.
Grabbing an airline for the vaccine and subsequent hopeful return to traveling normalcy. And my pick of the day is going to be shorting Tesla for the very short term. I love to gamble, and 584 is ridiculous. Been saying that for a long time, and why not now? Dice roll, that's it. Not a long-term short. Gotta love Elon and the boys. Just, you think that little 50-point downswinger. Okay, that is going to do it for today's episode. And we will end today's episode with a little ditty from the Jurassic 5 and the old school hit Concrete Schoolyard. Goes something like this. Spreading, beheading fools with the punishment. I live in America, but fuck this government. 150 times over sealed with lead. While y'all drink the Similac, my rhymes are breastfed. Like and subscribe to this show right here on YouTube and follow us on Market Mania Show on Twitter. We'll see you tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual, get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury of how we're turning, wow we're turning. Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine to look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind, was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now, how about tonight? My interview's tight now, I was